name's Olivia.
And my name's Farron.
Today we're going to be showing you how to make a quick and easy vanilla cupcake recipe. Here are the ingredients.
2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 stick butter, and there are raspberries that we're using for the cupcake flavoring.
But it's optional. You don't have to do it in the recipe.
Yes. 2 eggs, room temperature.
And then we're going to need 1/2 cup of milk, 2/3 cups of sugar, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 1/2 cups of flour. And then you're also going to need 1 large mixing bowl and a muffin pan. Let's get cooking. Okay, the first thing you're going to need to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We've already done that. Sorry we didn't mention it, but you're also going to need to melt the butter. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our bowl, and we're using an electric mixer, but you don't have to do this. You can do it manually. And first we're going to put in our flour, our baking powder, and our salt. Go ahead. Now the baking powder. And our salt. Okay, we're going to set this aside. Now we're going to take our eggs. Here, you can crack one. And we're going to crack these into a medium bowl. Okay. We're going to beat these eggs until they're light and fluffy. We're going to add in our sugar before we beat. Okay.
Make sure you wash your hands before you touch any of the ingredients.
Just beat until it's light and fluffy, and it is, yeah, we'll show you.
And smooth like coffee. Except I wouldn't touch it. That's gross.
Stop talking.
Sorry.
Okay. While you're beating, you're going to slowly pour in your butter and your sugar. Farron, I'm going to have you do this.
Okay. This one?
Oh, no, not butter and sugar. I'm sorry. Butter and vanilla.
And
Slowly as I'm mixing. Yes. Slowly. To slowly mix in your milk and your other dry ingredients while mixing. Okay.
We're using strawberry milk to give it more flavor.
Now that our milk is mixed in, we're going to slowly add in our dry ingredients. This included your baking powder, salt, and your flour. Okay, Farron, you're going to slowly put in just little amounts.
This in here or that in here?
This in here. Okay. Or actually, the rain for this in here. Okay. Go ahead and take that. And so we're going to slowly add in our wet mixture to our dry. Go ahead. We're going to do it about, yeah. There. Mix it on low so all your dry ingredients don't fluff up and go everywhere.
We'll save this for later.
We're going to put the raspberries in at the end. You're going to mix this until all of the flour and dry ingredients, other dry ingredients are combined well.
You can put your raspberries in the refrigerator
While you're waiting.
if you want to. Looks good.
It's looking good, so we're going to take out our mixer, and we're going to slowly mix it around until we know for sure that all of the batter on the sides is well incorporated.
Should I?
Yes, hold on. This is what it looks like so far. It's looking a little bit thick, but still drizzable.
If it does not look like this, it's okay, but you can try it again.
Be very careful not to overmix this.
You don't want it all soggy, because nobody wants a soggy
Okay.
cupcake.
Now we're going to add in our raspberries.
Add it in the refrigerator.
We only have about 14 or 15 raspberries, but you can always add more or less or none at all. We're going to rinse them off. Tip, always rinse your fruit and vegetables before you add them. Okay, we're going to mix this by hand so we don't overmix the batter.
Add them slowly. Oh, holding the resistance to eat them.
These are fresh raspberries. We just bought them about a half an hour ago. So they should be really nice and fresh.
And delicious to eat.
This might turn your batter a little bit pink. So I would suggest that if you don't want a lightly pink tinged batter, don't put in raspberries. We're doing this manually because we don't want to overmix our batter and cause it to be, well, non-fluffy. Okay, I think we're done mixing. Now we're going to take our muffin pan and we're going to grease. We don't have, well, if you do have paper cupcake liners, do put them in, but we don't. So we're just going to grease the bottoms and the sides of the pan. That also makes it better because then it doesn't stick still, but it gives you more cupcake because the liner takes off some of the cupcake as you're baking. We're just gonna grease it. Okay, we've just greased our pan, and now we're going to put in about 1 to 2 tablespoons per muffin tin. I promise we have greased these, even though it may look like it. We took paper towels and you just take some butter and you wipe it throughout the container so that when they're baking, it does not stick. You're going to bake them at 350 degrees for about 8 18 to 20 minutes. But halfway through, you're going to want to turn the pan so that they all get baked evenly. And while you're putting in the batter, you're going to want to spread it out because it will be thick, and you don't want it, when it bakes, you don't want it to turn out all wonky. For a lack of better words, sorry. We're doing about between 1.5 tablespoons, but you can always do less or more depending on your pan or your preferences.
Okay, so I am going to be doing the frosting, but Olivia will be directing you from behind the camera. So, first you will add all the ingredients, right?
You will need a medium-sized mixing bowl and about maybe about 15 raspberries, about the same as when we were putting it in the actual cupcakes.
Yes.
So go ahead and put those in, and then mash those up until it's a nice paste consistency. This should be a pretty easy step. Just mash it like you'll be mashing anything, like a banana. And it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, just good enough so that it's spreadable on a cupcake. And just a note, we'll be using strawberry milk because that's also what we use in the cupcake batter. We use strawberry milk because we felt that that might be a better flavor.
We use Shadow because it is a good company that does not use hormonal milk.
Not sponsored, but they're delicious. When you're done mashing these raspberries, you're going to put in about 2 tablespoons of butter. Put in your butter, and it's about at room temperature right now. And so just mix it into the batter like it's the raspberries.
Mash it up a little bit if you need to.
If your butter is a little bit too hard, you can put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds. We might need to do that.
I'm just going to put the bowl.
We're going to put our whole bowl into the microwave because our butter was a little bit too hard.
15 seconds.
Just keep doing it in about 5-second increments after your 15 seconds until the butter is melted. You do not want the butter to boil, or else that's not good for your batter because it'll end up melting the other ingredients. You just want it soft enough so that it will mix into the other ingredients.
Let me see. 4 more seconds.
We're going to do it for a few more seconds.
Yeah, that's good.
Our butter's now soft, and so incorporate all your butter and your raspberries together until it's smooth. This may not look the most appealing at this point, but trust me, it'll be good. You're now going to mix in about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of your milk. That was about a tablespoon or 2. You're going to mix this all together until it should be a fairly smooth consistency.
As you can see right here.
You're now going to put in about 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar. we're just using regular powdered cane sugar.
Plain sugar is what we prefer.
You're going to sprinkle it, keep sprinkling in powdered sugar until it starts getting thick.
Let's do a little more. So we have mixed the icing, got the muffins or slash cupcakes out of the oven,
And we just drizzled just a little bit, just like that, all over the top. And since it's a little bit warm still, it'll melt kind of down the sides, which a lot of people don't like, but it turns out really good sometimes. And we used our electric blender to blend up the frosting so it's all well combined. And this should be your end result, just so you guys can see I'll frost one. You're going to do a circular motion, and it will start dripping down the sides.
But those look delicious.
This batter and this frosting is really sweet, so go light on the amount that you put.
And once you frost it, you can always use the butter knife
To smooth it out. Okay. These are our cupcakes. They are a vanilla and raspberry mix with a light raspberry frosting. They are very delicious, and you should make them. So, happy baking!